Hello everyone. Today I am here with you all to start a new chapter, Sound for class 9, which is very important for the coming examination. So in this video I will discuss the in-text questions also, which are given in the book of NCERT. So the first of all is sound. Sound is what? It's a mechanical waves that needs a material medium like air, water, steel, etc. for its propagation. So sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. We are able to hear because of sound. Sound is a energy, right? And it is a mechanical wave. Dear children, I would like to tell you what do you mean? What is meaning the meaning of mechanical waves? The waves which require a medium for their propagation, that are known as mechanical waves, right? And same way the sound also needs a medium to propagate, to move from one place to another. That's why it is known as mechanical wave. And a medium is the substance or material through which a pulse or a sound moves. In class 8 you have already studied about sound, the cause of sound. Cause of sound is vibration. Yes. So then, how does the sound produced by a vibrating object in a medium reach your ear? That is an in-text question on page number 162. So we know that in the medium, in the air, there are a number of particles, air particles present in the atmosphere. When an object vibrates, then actually, due to its vibration, it forces the neighboring particles also to vibrate. Then these vibrating particles force the particles adjacent to them same way. This sequence will keep on going until and unless the sound will not reach the ear. Right? So we can classify the waves into two categories. One is longitudinal, another is transverse wave. So waves are categorized into two: electromagnetic and mechanical waves. Electromagnetic waves are the transverse waves. Mechanical waves can be of two types: longitudinal as well as transverse wave. Longitudinal waves, when the particles in the medium move parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave, right? And sound waves are pressure waves caused by objects because of their vibration. So sound waves need a medium through which to travel. You can see here that is a longitudinal motion, right? Motion of a wave. So you can see two regions. At some places, these coils are very closer to each other. At some places, these are very far away from each other, right? You can see here. So here the distance is more, right? So what we can say, this is a region of low density, right? If I talk about another portion, which is this one, you can see here. Here these coils are very closer to each other. So what we can say about these coils? These coils are of high pressure, right? They're very close to each other. So it's a region of compression, right? Where the particles are very close to each other. And the another region, this one is the where these particles are far away from each other. They are very, there is a distance between these particles as compared to compression, that is rarefaction, right? So dear children, you have to remember this, that sound waves needs a medium through which to travel, and during their motion they move in the form of compression and rarefaction, right? Okay, so that is all about compression and rarefaction. Now the transverse wave. Yes, the particles of the medium vibrate in a direction perpendicular. That is transverse wave. Now the transverse waves move in the form of crest and trough. You can see here the maximum displacement along the upward direction, that is crest, and the maximum displacement along the downward direction, that is trough. You can see here crest and trough. So now the NCERT question. Explain how sound is produced by your school bell. We know that when the school bell vibrates, same way as I have discussed with you right now, that how the sound travels, that the vibrations are produced and the vibrations are forcing the adjacent particles. Same way the bell will also produce sound. Second question, why are sound waves called mechanical waves? Because they need a medium to travel. Then suppose you and your friends are on the moon, will you be able to hear any sound produced by your friends? No, because moon is not having any atmosphere, due to which we are not able to hear any sound on the moon. Okay. Next are the characteristics of sound. Sound can be distinguished from each other by the following three characteristics, that is loudness or intensity, pitch or frequency, quality or timbre. So first of all, what is loudness? We know that we are very familiar with the loud sound, okay, high loud sound. So the sensation produced in the air which enables us to distinguish between a loud and a faint sound is called loudness. It's just a sensation, right? So amplitude of the wave determines the loudness or softness of sound basically. On the other hand, intensity is defined as the energy passing per unit time per unit area in a direction perpendicular to area. Like the sound which is entering in our ear, that is the intensity. Higher the intensity, high sound will enter. So unit of intensity is watt per meter square. That is very important to understand the difference between loudness and intensity. Loudness, it is not an entirely physical quantity. Intensity, it's a physical quantity which can be accurately measured. On the other hand, loudness depends upon the sensitivity of the ear and intensity of the sound, whereas it does not depend upon sensitivity of the ear. Next is the pitch or frequency that you are already familiar with. You have already studied in class 8. That pitch is the characteristics which helps in distinguish between a shrill sound from a grave or dull sound. Because pitch depends upon frequency. High pitch sound will have high frequency, or high frequency sound, the sound which will having high frequency, that means it's high pitch sound, right? So on the screen you can see how to distinguish between a high pitch sound and low pitch sound. Next is quality or timbre. In quality or timbre is the characteristics which will distinguish the sound from another of the same pitch and loudness. Like in a dark room, you can identify your friends with their voice only. Okay, so that's why what we can say, okay, that is quality or timbre. And in the next, a sound of single frequency is called a tone. You might have observed tone. When you touch the keypad of your mobile phone, then a sound is produced, that is a tone, right? When you will mix these tones, then it will become a note. Mixture of several frequency, that will become a note. So music, difference between music and noise is represented here, a pure note and noisy. The note of noise, right? That we have already studied in class 8. First figure is regular and has a definite amplitude, so it represents the musical sound. Musical sound can be defined as a pleasant, continuous and uniform sound produced by regular and periodic vibrations. Whereas noise is a mixture, right? Which is not acceptable which is irritating, which we don't like. That's why. So terms related to sound waves, three terms: amplitude, wavelength, period. Amplitude is the maximum displacement. Wavelength is the horizontal length or the distance covered by the wave. Time period is the time required to complete one cycle. You can see here in the figure that you will better understand. Displacement, wavelength, amplitude, time, everything is mentioned here. So the distance between two consecutive crest or trough is known as wavelength, and the maximum displacement from the mean position is known as its amplitude. And time period is the time taken. Frequency is the number of vibrations or number of oscillations per unit time, that is known as frequency. And the relation between frequency and time period you can see on the screen. Mu is equal to 1 upon T, that is reciprocal of time period. And very important relation, that is between speed, wavelength and frequency. Very important. The relation between speed, wavelength and frequency. So the speed of sound remains almost the same for all frequencies in a given medium. Now you can see here the differences, the in-text questions. In in-text question, first one is, which wave property determines loudness, that is amplitude, pitch, frequency, that we know, we have already discussed. Which sound has a higher pitch, guitar or a car horn? Guitar obviously will have a higher pitch because the frequency of guitar will be more as compared to horn of car. Next is, what are wavelength, frequency, time period, amplitude? These all we have discussed. How are the wavelength and frequency are related? That formula we have done. Now in the third one, we have to calculate the wavelength, frequency and speed is given. We can put up the values in the formula. Speed is equal to wavelength into frequency. Person is listening to a tone of 500 hertz sitting at a distance this. What is the time interval? We know that time period is equal to the reciprocal of frequency. So simply we can put up the values. Distinguish between loudness and intensity of sound, that we have already discussed, that intensity of sound wave is defined as the amount of sound energy, whereas loudness is a measure of the response of the ear to the sound, right? So dear children, that is all for day 1. The rest of the chapter I will discuss in my next lecture. Thank you very much.